Good morning, everyone. Today is day 18 of my intermittent fast. Two things I actually want to cover today is first, keys to success. So again, help you guys, the business people that are out there that are watching this. And then second, I'm going to talk about my next couple days. I'm actually going to be going on a water fast. And I'll explain that a little bit later in the video. So, first, keys to success. I've watched Tony Robbins, Eban Pagan, listen to Brian Tracy, Paul Chek for health and wellness, Tyler Tolman. And I mean, each person I've studied and learned from and connected to personally have taught me so much. And I'm going to give you kind of what I've maintained to achieve success in my life and my business. So I'm going to give you, I'm going to try to give you 5 keys, right, that you guys can utilize. Generally what happens is if you get 3 that you can use like now, like starting today, you're going to see like great success. So first, let's talk about, and this is from Eban Pagan, emotional estimation and seeking validation. So when you're starting to build your business, try not to emotionally estimate, the riches and rewards and everything that you're going to get from owning a business. Look at the analytics, understand the time, right, that it takes to build a business, a successful business, one that's making money, profit, revenue, whatever term you want to use, and really look on those analytics. Don't look at, oh my God, if I build my business in 30 days, I'm going to be able to buy that new house or buy that Ferrari Testarossa, or, right, whatever that may be. Don't do that, because what happens is you're setting yourself up for failure. Because as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, you're going to go through your trials and errors. And there's things you're going to be putting out to the market that you're going to think is gold, and it just doesn't take. But then you're going to put things out in the market that, I don't think it's going to do that well, or it's just something I don't see the market really liking, and also it'll take off, right? And that's because sometimes we get emotionally attached to an idea. And if you can stay emotionally attached from an idea and let it grow on its own merit, you'll see results. You'll see results, how quickly you need to, maybe implement it, test it out, test to measurable results. And measurable results are basically what I say is anywhere from 30 to 90 days, right? In 30, 90 days, you start to see, a difference. And it can be like when you're looking at, for myself, like when I'm working with clients for social media, you start to see, in the first week, 2 weeks, you start to see comments. And then you start to see shares and likes, and by the next 60 to 90 days, you start to see some activity on your social sites, if you're doing things right. If you're not, again, and this comes to the test of the measurable results, maybe you're not putting the right education, maybe you're not putting out the right content, maybe the content for your audience is different on how they absorb it. Maybe you're putting out written content, but you have more of a younger crowd, all right, a younger community, and they want it more on the visual, like YouTube videos or something along that line, where they can watch on their iPads or smartphones, Android, iPhone, whatever that may be, and they want that. So, something to really think about. And then seeking validation is, oh my God, I hope someone comments. And when they comment, you're like, oh my God, good, someone comment, and you're emotionally excited, so you do more. Try not to get into that roller coaster, because when it comes to comments and responses, what you'll find is you'll get good and you'll get bad, and you don't want to get emotionally attached to it, because you want to grow on your own merit, and you want to grow on your own actions, right? Not someone else's actions, because people can get upset, people can be offended by your content, right, or what you're doing, just because maybe you hit like a soft spot, you hit something that they don't believe in, whatever that may be, and that's okay. But you can't take that personally, because this is just all about helping and sharing people. Now, don't get me wrong, and I'm going to put a little waiver here. If you're blatantly going out to upset people, then yeah, expect that, right? Expect that. But again, if you're blatantly go out to upset people, then you get what you reap what you sow. That's kind of this saying. Next, consistency. Be consistent. The hardest thing right now with entrepreneurs, right, and what I consider as dreamers, is staying like razor focused on the actions that they need to do. And let me give you an example. Because of social media, networking, meetup groups, there's so many business opportunities out there, from joint venturing with someone, to doing events, to doing talks and presentations, to multi-level marketing. Each in their own are not bad, right? They're not bad. They're great business models. There's things that you can learn and grow from. But if you're dividing your time up too much, then what happens is you drain yourself and you burn yourself out. So stay razor focused on, especially when you're growing your business, stay razor focused on 2 to 3 actions, right? Any more than that, I would recommend, this is my personal recommendation, is that it's too much. Especially when you're trying to grow your business, you grow your systems, you're working with, your product, your service, you're working with clients. Building that business takes time. It takes a lot of your time, a lot of your energy, a lot of thinking too, because you have to constantly change and be dynamic so you can grow. So be consistent in your actions. When you're doing marketing, right? When you're doing like social media marketing, article marketing, video marketing, print campaigns, right? Say you're setting up a mastermind group, whatever that may be consistent. And I'll be honest, right? There are events, right, that I've set up that I tested out once or twice and I didn't agree with it. I got emotionally attached. And then I stopped doing that. That had nothing to do with the people that I was, connecting with, the growth. And then I realized that the reason why it wasn't growing wasn't because of the people and the people didn't want to come out. It was because I wasn't consistent enough. Right? I wasn't consistent enough in growing it. I wasn't consistent enough in doing the actions and not trying to merit on, oh my God, I gotta grow, I gotta get money right away. And these actions sometimes are not what I consider as income revenue generating in the immediate moment. Like if you do one event, say it's your first event, you do a meetup group, first event, and I'll just give you an example. Say you have to pay $100 for the place, right? And you only have maybe 5 or 10 people show up, and there's food and dinner, and everyone covers their own costs. Say you break even for the night. You don't make a profit. That's not a bad thing, right? But you have to keep doing it because people have to see that consistency, right? It's like building up a routine. When you start working out, when you start doing something, over 21 to 28 days, you build up a routine. When you build that routine, then you make it a habit. So same thing when you're dealing with building up a system, building up a team, building up that. You have to be consistent in your actions. Doing videos. These videos that I'm doing, I have to be consistent with them, or they start to fall down and I don't get that growth, right? And I don't get that actions. Now, the reason why I'm doing these videos, of course, is to log what I'm doing, right? And to tell you guys a story and maybe, help people that are out there, right? You guys, you that are watching, right? Help you kind of build your business, get clear on your actions, get clear mentally, right? And physically as well, because, like you see with me, I've just got so much energy now, and I'm more and more things that I'm doing. So we got emotional estimation, seeking validation, being consistent, and then the last one I'm going to finish off with, because I don't want to make this too long, is success leaves clues. In this day and age of information overload, and I really say that, there's too much information out there. You can Google, go on YouTube in the search engine, and search up so many different experts in so many different areas. And there's hundreds, if not thousands, of experts in a lot of the main categories. Marketing, social media marketing, finance, real estate, you name it. There's just thousands and thousands of people. So what I would recommend is pick someone that you find is successful, that is doing things right, and then mimic what they're doing. Get up to a certain point, learn their systems, learn what they're doing. Now, if they're able to, or wanting to, or open to, let's say open to, meeting with you, right, be it through Skype, and I mean, this is the great thing about living in our age that we do. You don't have to be physically in a local area of an expert. You can meet with them and have coffee over Skype and chat with them if they're across the world. So things like that will really help you to grow your business. If you can meet with them, ask if they're open to answer some questions that you might have about how they grew their business, the systems that they use, what recommendations do they have. It'll help to fine tune, right, your business growth, because you might be going through the challenges that they did already 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and they know the solution because they've dealt with it. So they can tell you, oh yeah, I know you're trying to do this, and you're going to run into this, and this problem. So instead of running into these problems, do this, and this, and it'll start to work for you. And you do that, and instantly you start to see results. So start to meet with experts, start to mimic other experts, because again, success leaves clues. Study other experts, and pick one from each category, or one that you feel most comfortable with. So if it's Tony Robbins, and because he's like business, mental success, he's got kind of all that wealth of knowledge and experts around him, maybe that would be good. I mean, I study, the people that I follow are from each category. I follow Tyler Tolman for health and wellness. I follow Chek for exercise and different kind of philosophy on exercise and wellness. And he keeps changing, evolving, and developing. Tony Robbins, Eban Pagan. So Tony Robbins is more of the kind of the motivational success principles, NLP. Eban Pagan's more marketing, business strategies. Is there anyone else? And then when it goes down to like marketing, I follow different type of people I consider in my niche marketing. Mark Stratton from Unmarketing, Gary Vaynerchuk. Who else? James Wetmore for video marketing. So those are the top 3 guys that kind of follow in marketing and learn what they're doing. So really kind of, and I guess what I really want to point out is pick someone that you feel comfortable, you really like what they're doing, and then learn from them. Try not to spend thousands and thousands of dollars, even tens of thousands. I mean, some of these events and mentoring coaching. Get their books, get their resources, watch their videos. There's tons of resources on YouTube. Do all that first, right, before you start to really invest any money. Because the hardest thing about being an entrepreneur is that when we're starting out, we have to be very smart on how we're spending our money, right? We have to be very smart on how we're investing our time. And if you're investing your time in a lot of education, you keep moving forward, you keep educating, re-educating, but you're not putting actions into place, what you'll run into, and I found this myself, is you've got this wealth of information and knowledge, but you're not applying anything, you're not seeing any growth. So that's why and actually I'll add this in, speed of implementation. So as you're learning from these experts, what you want to do is you want to implement speed of implementation. So you learn a technique, you learn a tool, you learn something to do. Well, learn it, learn the theory, learn the actual practical, how to do it, and then apply it. Try it right away. See the results, test and measure results, see what happens, and then learn something new. And keep doing that. And that's how you're going to evolve, because knowledge is not true power. Applied knowledge is power, right? And applied knowledge will give you success. And as you apply that knowledge, you'll be able to, 1, learn your systems for yourself, and 2, you might be able to mentor and coach other people because you've learned the trials and tribulations, the challenges of what doesn't work, and you also learn what does work. So that's really it for today's kind of video on business and success. If you want to follow me or have any questions, I'm going to actually put some subscribe here. Actually, I'll put up here on this side. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Email me here. And I'm going to talk a little bit about my intermittent fast and what's going on right now. But I mean, if you guys have any questions about business, what I'm talking about, respond below. Send me an email or subscribe, and you can send me a comment. So now, the guys are following me for intermittent fasting, health and wellness, and trying to get your mind and your body right. So what I found recently, as I'm going through my detox and everything's kind of balancing out, and I'm having a little bit of a sore throat in certain days, I found that one of the things that started to show signs and symptoms was my skin. And I don't know if you can see that. Actually, I'll bring the camera a little closer. You can see there's a little bit of a rash developing on my elbow. And that's I'm sure it's because of my digestion and everything that's starting to come out. And everything's starting to come out through one of the major organs in your body, right? Which is your skin. So when you're toxic, you have fungus in the body, things will start to come out through the skin. So what you'll see is acne, you'll see rashes, fungus. So what I'm doing today is I'm actually going on a water fast, and knock on wood, right? Well, knock on wood. It's going to be probably the next 2 to 3 days. So I'm going to stop my intermittent fast for 2 to 3 days, go on a water fast, see if I can clear up my elbow and get everything going, because you can go, and let's kind of give you a little bit of difference of fasting. You can go into a water fast, which is kind of the most intense one of the fasting. I mean, we have to consume some water and keep hydrated so that our systems are working. But water fasting lets your digestion, everything rest, and just flushes things out. Right? Keeps you healthy, keeps you functioning. It's just so important, to give your body a rest. The next stage of fasting is like a juice fast. Now, juice fast can be great because it may be focusing on a certain area. So, say for example, you have like a fungus infection or something like skin a rash or irritation, and you want to start to work on getting rid of that. Well, maybe something that's has an antifungal property like apples or carrots. Those would be really good to help to kind of kill any of the fungus that's just internally in the body. So then you can start to feel better and start to see things to heal. Now I'm putting like tea tree oil on my elbow, which will help to, break down the fungus and act as almost like the topical creams that you use for, what's it called, dermatologists use. This is a lot better, a lot healthier for you. And I recommend, if you can find an alternative to medication, it's always better. So that's kind of what's going on with me, with the fasting, or with my health and wellness. I'm feeling great. I'm having a hard time, I'll admit that, consuming like 4 liters of water a day. Right now, I'm supposed to be up to around 3 to 4 liters per day, and I'm drinking like 800 milliliters. I'm trying to do this. It's 800 milliliters every 2 hours. So I woke up at 6. I drank 800 milliliters already. I started to drink from 8 till 10, and I just finished, I think, 400 milliliters. So I'm not close yet to my 800 milliliters. I'm trying to get that hydration strategy up so that I can consume a lot of water. And it's hard for me because, I've drank, normally on average I drink about 2 liters per day. But to get up to 4, especially on a fast, has been difficult. And I'll say, it's one of the harder things I've had to do when it's come to like eating and changing, is trying to hydrate myself enough, because I just feel full. I don't feel like I want to drink it, and it's just kind of I want something a little bit sweeter, like some juice or a smoothie. But that's kind of what's going on. So you guys, if you have any questions about nutrition and wellness and health, and how this is kind of relating to your business and your success, don't forget, subscribe above. I'll put the subscribe button right there. And then email me below, just right here, and I'll answer any questions that you might have, see if I can help you out. Because again, my goal right now through doing this 90-day intermittent fast is not only just to kind of help you guys, but also to clear myself, be really healthy. And then after 90 days, I'm actually going to start doing a lot more outbound activities. I'm thinking about doing more talks and presentations. I'm going to get back, and I'm going to give you guys a little bit of an insider here. I'm going to get back to, following up on TV interviews and doing things like that. Really getting out into the mainstream because I really want to help. I mean, that's my main goal. So guys, I'd like to thank you for watching the video. I'm sure this is a long one, so I'm out, and I will see you tomorrow.